Teachers and students provide us information on the range of specialized and extracurricular programs designed for ESL students.
Earl Hague has a very large ESL population. So therefore we run the complete range of ESL courses. So we have ESL A, B, C, D, and E. We also have support courses. We're a non-semestered school. So to try to give the students the benefit of a semestered school where they do English every day, we timetable students so that they do 2 ESL courses so that they can pick up the language as quickly as possible, giving them every advantage. So we also have 3 other courses that would go along with the A, B, C, D, E. And then most of the subject areas also in grade 9 and 10, the academic subject areas, they also have an ESL section. So there's an ESL geography and ESL history, for example. And how these courses are different to the regular courses is that more the language is modified and the assignments are modified rather than the actual course content. So instead of perhaps writing an essay, they might be doing their essay in outline form or in paragraph form in a history assignment. And then they do a lot of vocabulary work and things like that. We have those courses in science, history, geography. We don't have it in math. We don't find the need at this school to have it in math. And we don't have it in the arts. Although in the past we have had an ESL drama, but at this stage we don't have that course, but we have it in technology and in business.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite an extensive package for beginner ESL students.
I was going to say the teachers. I honestly think that the ESL department it's a very caring department, I think, because they understand the challenges of a second language learner. And so, I mean, I even remember from the past when I was working in the department that, you know, it was like a haven. They could come in and they just felt so, it was just so easy for them to actually talk to their ESL teachers. I think they're more intimidated by their mainstream classroom teachers. But I think that they appreciate teachers who actually care and actually take the time for them. No question about that. And that does happen in the ESL department in this school as an outsider now looking in. But I think it also happens at least in our department. I'm not sure about other ones. I can't speak on other ones.
Yeah.
But I think ESL council is a good thing too.
I think ESL teacher help us a lot, help out us a lot, because our grammar English was from the most basic for like it's not good though, and from the most basic thing, the lowest thing to up and up, step by step, and I think ESL teacher was really helpful for us.
Just recently, a young he's an ESL A student. He's a very good guitar player, and he was asked at this school we have an arts program. So for the upcoming concert that we had, he was asked if he could join the majors classes. So these are the kids that have auditioned to be into music, and so he went off to this class. And the first time sort of he went, I said, so how did it go? And he was quite, oh, that was hard. But because he had that guitar and he could play it really well, so he had the, what's the word I'm looking for, the thing in common with these regular students. And it was an authentic learning, sort of language learning situation. Like he had to play the guitar and he wanted to play on this concert, and they had to talk. Within 3 weeks he was like talking paragraphs to these other kids, and it just shows just how important those really authentic learning situations, you know, like they come up. Not always, you know, you try to fabricate them in your classroom, but here it was the opportunity for him to join that group, and it was just like amazing sort of what came out.
Wow.
Louise is coming later when we're doing the students
panel.
Yeah, and
Great.
She's going to come, and she's actually the president, and she's actually absolutely wonderful. And she's put together an ESL council, and what they're trying to do this year is try to help the students to fit into school here. So they've set up what they call ESL links, and these links have, there's 2 representatives from every ESL class.
Okay.
And then when new things are happening in the school, then the council, one of the people in the council gives the information to these links, and then the links talk to the classes. So information like they had, there's a volunteer fair coming up. So you're looking for, a place to get your volunteer hours. Where can I go to do my volunteer hours? And so then they would, there was the volunteer fair, so they would make sure the students know this and know what it's all about. And, it's time to join the tryouts or for the basketball team. That kind of thing that the kids might not necessarily get over the regular channels. And they're also setting up, they took them on a field trip to the North York Public Library. They're also setting up things like they did a workshop, and it was one of the senior students in the school did a workshop on interview skills for the students. And they've also got a couple pages in Carp Anatomy, which is a school newspaper.
Great.
And that should be coming out this week. So, and so they used to do their own separate newsletter, but now they're into the Carp Anatomy. And they're downstairs, raising money and, having fun with that. And, they do a lot of things for the kids.
Good.
Yeah, and I think a lot of students, they really value the variety of subjects that they can take at a high school in Canada. And so often there's a place for them to build on their strengths. Like we've got the guitar class, we've got all the music and the arts. I know we're special because we're also an art school, but the kids that have those talents, they really get picked up and they really can, they can shine there. But even, with all the computer and the technology classes, there's the sports classes. They've got such a wide range of classes that they can go and excel in. The math department has all their math contests and everything, so that's where their skill is. I know I saw an ESL student having fun in science because they were making, I don't know if this one was a car out of a mousetrap.
It's a great place. It's nice to know that there's a club for students who have that common ground, and they have somewhere they can go